All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining tonight for our Monday night call. Tonight, we're going to be talking about mindset and qualifying your business and how both of those things are really magical for what we do here at Juice Plus. So, but first off, before we start, I wanted to just kind of go around and see what everybody's wins and wows were for this week, last couple of weeks, what's going on. I know it's summer, so that we've got all sorts of different schedule changes happening, people traveling the world, people's getting busy, people getting off of being busy. And so I'd just love to hear from some people about how everything's going. So, and if we have any new people that have joined us, we'd love to introduce those people too. So anybody want to start?
I would love to if I could.
That'd be great.
I'd like to introduce Keely Deal, who just joined us. Hi, Keely. I don't know if she can see us, but she joined the team last Wednesday. And years ago, she was a student of mine, and I just happened to run into her at a show, and I'm so excited to have her and her mom join our team. So,
welcome, Keely. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
I don't know if she can hear us.
I know. Okay, well, we're welcoming her anyway. So awesome. Great. Anything else you want to share? Some wins? I don't know if you guys have seen the Voxer blowing up because of Stephanie, but what in the heck? What's going on? Will you share a little bit about that?
Well, again, Mel came out and we hosted a business event and then a few other events, and it was right after, I think, a musical that I did, and I just was on a high, so I was just like really excited about everything, and just invited everyone I knew and loved, and it was just really great energy that weekend, and we just were really successful. And I think at the actual weekend we had 5 reps, but then 4 more joined our team last week, following up from that. So Keely and her mom, another student of mine that graduated last year, Kate, and gosh, who am I missing? Who else joined that day? Oh, Jackie Keese's sister, Kristen. She also joined. So it was just a really successful follow-up, and everyone's really excited, and they're all in the product and feeling great, and that makes it really awesome as well. So it was just really good energy all at once.
Awesome. Well, great job in doing that, and thanks for sharing with us. Events really are huge, so great job. Great job just like inviting big, and your energy and enthusiasm about what we're up to and your passion for really helping people and offering people a solution is just magnetic. So great job. You're doing awesome. Who else wants to share? What's going on? Adrian and Adam, do you guys have anything before your plane takes off that you want to share? I know you guys have an event coming up this week. How's that going?
Oh yeah, so our mom is having her first event at her house on Thursday, so that's exciting. That she's inviting people to that, becoming more involved with that. Adam just got his HLP bonus and is pretty close to VF also, so he'll hit that by the end of this month. And then John is almost there as well, so hopefully John will be getting that too. And it's nice to see everybody staying motivated after conference and after boot camp. The power of events is so good to be able to have people go to those. My mom went to the Wendy Campbell event, so she's excited about her event on Thursday as well. So it's really cool to see all those people making moves.
That's awesome. Great job, Adam, getting your HLP done. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool. Anybody else want to share a win and wow? Jamie, you've had some amazing wins lately. I'm just picking on people that I know about. So jump in if you want to step up.
Yeah, I just added a new team member last week. So I finally decided to start hosting some events here at a friend of mine owns a restaurant in Portland. And so I'm doing a couple of events at her restaurant this month, and I did a wellness wake up last week, and I had a friend come who is a nutritionist, and she works in like a holistic clinic with a medical doctor and an esthetician, and they just have like a bunch of people in there that work together to help people like from a holistic and a medical standpoint. But she joined our team last week, and she's super excited to share with her patients, and we're going to start doing some workshops together and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. It's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Great job.
Thanks.
Hey, Mel.
Hi, Ellen.
Thanks for hosting an awesome call tonight. My team has been rocking out events like crazy. They're doing friends and family Zooms. Izzy just did a wine and wellness on Saturday and like packed the house with she got all her church people there. Sarah had a salad in a jar party. So yeah, lots of people doing lots of activity, getting into those events.
Awesome. I love summer. It's like an excuse to have events all the time. Super fun. Very good. Anybody else want to share? Or are we ready to get started? Okay. No burning desire. All right. Well, great job, everybody, and being in action and just sharing what we have here in this amazing opportunity and great stuff to be healthy. So I'm excited to introduce to you my husband, Garrett, who we all know and love. But he's going to share with us tonight a little bit about mindset and how that can be just one of those things that just a really small shift can make huge impact, not only in your Juice Plus business, but in your life, how you show up in the world, how you show up for your kids, your family, your day job, your side hustle, whatever it is. And I'm just really excited about what he has to share with us tonight. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, babe.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So I'm excited to kind of share. I've been doing, frankly, a lot of coaching lately, or being coached, I should say, and love to pass along some things. Awesome to have new people. Awesome to have people that have been around for, like Ellen, for a couple years, 1 or 2. And I think that the one thing that is important that I find is kind of a foundation is 100% belief in the company and the product. And we're not going to dive into that, but I think if you haven't either experienced it or gotten yourself to a place where there is, unwavering belief, I don't want to say it has to be 100%, but it's got to be at least 90%. We're always learning and we're always hearing new stories. But I think that is one of the things, because the reality is, and it's an amazing thing, we say things to ourselves that no one would ever say to us, right? I mean, when you talk about mindset and how we start, our inner voice in our head says things that frankly would be appalling sometimes, or at least in my head, not to project. But I think that is such a huge thing of getting to a place of fact and a strong foundation to basically frame that mindset and your attitude about what you're doing. The other kind of somewhat maybe scary thing is, it's great but scary. Juice Plus virtual franchise is tried and proven. The only variable is you or us. It's the individual who's the variable. And frankly, that can be really scary, because when things maybe don't go how you would anticipate it or how you'd projected, there's really only one person to look at. And so I think in that, it's very important, again, to be in a place of awareness of how you are, what you're thinking, what your mindset is, how you're talking to yourself. But I do think, as Mel said, the cool thing about this is this, and everybody talks about it, this is also a personal improvement program, company. It's great that we help other people get healthy, but I think one of the biggest gifts, and I've seen it in Mel, and frankly, I'm feeling it, is the gives terms of how and that ability to quiet the voice, love on other people, and really be of service. And frankly, the world needs more of that. So the idea that the virtual franchise is rock solid, and frankly, I think has gotten so much better in the last 24 months, again, goes back to the confidence. So then as you open your eyes every morning, to me, one of the big things is kind of what are your non-negotiables? What are things within your Juice Plus business, whether it's a daily, a weekly, or monthly basis, what is non-negotiable? And again, I think all of these things of getting into these habits, that's what really builds the habit, but puts you so much easier into a mindset of being productive. Of maybe less fear, if that's in your world. So the idea is, I always say this, everyone needs it. So that's a great place to start.
Everybody needs what?
Everybody needs Juice Plus. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
So everybody needs a lot of things, but everybody definitely needs Juice Plus. So that's an amazing place when you start checking the boxes of how do I get fired up? How do I wake up in the morning? But then I think going back to it, I think is what are your non-negotiables? What are those things that you're doing on those different time frames to more easily fall back into a state or a mindset where you can go out and be confident and be productive, and ultimately, hopefully, answering your why. Why is it that you're doing what you're doing with Juice Plus? And again, that can be on a scale of 1 to 10 of a couple hours a week or a month, or maybe sharing, to it's a business for you, and it's you're making it a full-time job for a reason. So whatever that why is, I think the most important thing is being very clear about it. But then what are these habits? What are these non-negotiables that we're doing on a frequent basis to create that mindset? Because we all know it's very, I would say it's sometimes very hard to get in that mindset of no fear, productive, just ready to go conquer the world. Like say after conference, right? Everybody comes out with capes. They've got a big S on their chest and we're all ready to go share and love on the world. It is so easy for that to be taken away by one conversation. Laura has the dancing lady and she comes out, the alien, and you have one event and one issue, and the disco ball comes crashing down on you. Mm-hmm. All that is if your mindset, if you can take those and very quickly fall back into a place of the big S on your chest, I think that's where you start seeing huge growth in your business. I think it's where you start seeing huge growth personally, because falling back into a mindset of productivity and doing it, or love and service in an efficient way, think about all the energy that you effectively retain versus maybe staying in your head or being in a place that is less than ideal, that you sit and constantly talk or try to work through. And the reality is, it's how quickly can you identify that you're potentially getting out to whatever your most productive mindset or where you'd like to be, pushing pause, identifying what are the facts right now. And it's an interesting process. Mm-hmm. It's an exercise basically of the second you go there, how quickly can you acknowledge it? How do you step out of it and say, wait, what are the facts right now? Third party, unaffiliated, no one else's opinion. What are the facts? And then starting to acknowledge what that situation is. And I think a lot of times you find that we like to make up our own facts, which are false. And so all of this, I think it gets simplified in how do you disconnect from the outcome? Because I think when you start disconnecting from the outcome, it allows you to potentially be in that high productive state or a mindset wherever it is that you want to be in. And we can't control how anybody's going to react to anything. It all has to come back and center on you in terms of where that's coming from. So, and listen, I'm the biggest scaredy cat out there when it comes to Juice Plus. And Mel pushes me, and it's hard and it's uncomfortable. And, she talks about that's where all the opportunity is. But I've started to find that these things, are things that get me into a place where I care, but I don't care. I know that really what we're trying to do and where we're coming from is such a solid place that it very easily gets me back into a place, and I don't spend time, making up excuses whether to call someone or not to call someone, or reacting to how someone responded to me. And so I think, I keep going back. The non-negotiables, I'd love, figure out what those are, little things. I mean, it looks like your morning routine, but I'd say, what is your routine for your business that puts you in a place that you can have the most awesome, rad day or experience? Tony Robbins talks about priming, breathing, meditation, mantras. I'm sure all of you have other things in your different parts of your life that you use in terms of tools to help you be successful, or whether, improving your life. So I think it's important to focus and spend the time on Juice Plus and doing those same things, so that when you walk into a situation, or when you are ready to pick up the phone, you're putting your best self forward, and you're giving yourself and that person on the other end the highest likelihood of having a great conversation or interaction. Because we've heard many times, Brooke has said it a couple times, like when you start hearing stories about people that, a doctor that knew about Juice Plus and didn't tell you, and the frustration. I mean, those are the kind of things that you start taking, these little stories or nuggets, and you start putting away, and that starts building up this really cool, I think, armor of love to go out and share Juice Plus. And again, the biggest thing is our head, right? And getting out of ourselves, getting out of our own way, and not making decisions for other people.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Okay, the one thing that I have never heard you say before that I really loved here, you guys, is I care, but I don't care. Like, I care about other people. I'm going to share this with them because I care about them and I know they're struggling, whatever it is, whether that be with our business opportunity, they're struggling financially, or whether it be with their health, they're struggling with their health. I care about them enough to not care about me and what I feel. Is that what you were kind of saying
that's
there?
Exactly it.
Yeah.
And on a somewhat sad note, but I think it's aligning, the Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade thing last week. And, I see something that's very applicable to what we do. And, depression's very hard to see, right? And you can't wait all the time for somebody to raise their hand and say, I need help. It's how do you ask them? How do you find out, again, whether it's financial or health, the people around us that we do care about. And it's so hard now to have that connectivity because of technology and social media and everything else. But it's like, how do you spend that? Fascinating side note, Whole Foods today, there is a new magazine, and the title of it, it's a standalone magazine. It's called Put Down Your Phone. We've now gotten to a place where literally a magazine, and it's all about how you put down your phone, which is kind of crazy.
And the whole magazine was about that.
That's it.
The whole thing.
It's a new thing. But I think, all of that goes back to we have to have that extra energy. I said another way, we can't waste it in our own heads, because there's so much noise and so much, so many hurdles out there to do what we're doing and to reach out and service and help people. But I just, it really hit me with last week of a lot of people will not raise their hand. Embarrassment, they want to be seen as tough. They want to. So to me, that is we have to be so good. We have to be so aware and outreach and have great energy and have this mindset of, as you said, caring, but not caring, because, as cool as it would be, Mel's phone's not blowing up with people begging for Juice Plus, right? I mean, there's just a reality to that. And so yeah, I think it is having that mindset. And it can be simple. And that's the thing. I mean, it's so easy, self-help books and all that, at some point we were, just stop, just go do now, right? Mm-hmm. Stop reading about the next way to get into a mindset, the next hack. It's like, just go do and have our own experience. Mm-hmm. And I think little things, whatever that little thing is that can get you in a place to be courageous, and to have wins and to have setbacks and to have all those kind of things, that's what you need to latch onto. And it will change too, right? Because we're always growing. Things that work today may not work in a month, in terms of our story or how we're going about it. But I think those things that's the bigger gift back to us. And by putting some time into it, I think we get, tenfold back.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any questions really quick that they want to ask
Or
Garrett,
comments.
or comments?
Forget the questions. Just comments.
About what he said, or anything you can relate with, or anything?
Do you guys like want to share maybe any daily routine stuff that you do? What's your morning? Because you gotta, where did I hear this? You gotta win your morning. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe,
absolutely.
I don't know who said that, but.
No, it's interesting. I'm actually working on, again, with my coach, we had last week's call was basically, what do I do in the morning? Call it that first hour that I know I'm going to have an amazing day. And I think it's totally possible. So, for me, it is exercise, it's meditation, and I'm a baby in it. And it's the hardest thing in the world for me to do, but it's like 5 minutes meditation. It's the coldest shower I can find. And I'm psyched about Lake Tahoe. I'm going to be down there bathing in the lake, and people are like, what the heck? But, I think the hardest thing for me, and without those specifics, is how do you start your day with a little bit of time for yourself? Because it is so easy to jump out of bed, and Jamie's nodding her head, yes. And you just start your day, right? You're not, and it's not that we're not intentional, but it just happens, right? And it's hard to get up an extra 15 minutes earlier, but again, it's one of those things. I think if you do it, if you find out what those few things are to put you in a great mindset for the day, everybody will, the boys will back off if it's not angry dad, right? Hey guys, I need 5 minutes and I'm going to love on you. And so I think those are the things. And then to me, the other thing that's amazing is and it sounds a bit cliche, but it's my complete smoothie. Like if I have a regular breakfast and food, my day is completely different. When I have a smoothie with my green and my fruits and veg, that's probably the most consistent thing I do every day.
Mm-hmm.
And my Juice Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to hear if anybody else has something in the morning that, again, is maybe a non-negotiable that just sets them up for huge success.
Okay, well, maybe we'll work on that this week on our Facebook page. We'll post some ideas on there as they come up, and you start thinking about how could you set yourself up to have an awesome day every day, what that would look like. Steph, did you have a question? I kind of saw you raising your hand.
Earlier, something Garrett said reminded me, I think it was just that positivity and being that person to others and not worrying about what they might think of you. And it just reminded me of this moment that I had in a shoe store picking out shoes with Caroline, and this couple came in, and this guy was like dancing away and like jiving, and like everyone was just smiling at him, and his girlfriend or wife, I don't know, was like, honey, stop it. And he just said, people need this. People need my energy in this world. Don't hate on my loving. And it was just so funny and so real. And like, he got it. And it's what you were saying, Garrett, just reminded me, like, that's who we need to be. We need to be those people that just can, dance and share and be positive in people's lives and just have no shame in that. And it'll, that's what we have to offer, both with the business and the Juice Plus, it's all positivity, and don't put it out.
I want to know if Stephanie went and recruited him. Did you go recruit him, Stephanie?
This was like 3 years ago. Like, it just stays with me. It was just one of those moments that I just was so envious of what he had. And I want to try to, emulate a part of it. You know what I mean? It was just stuck with me. But
Steph,
I will next time. See, I'm
smart girl.
And I do think that's another one of the gifts from Juice Plus, is just this group of people here and the bigger people around us. And like dealing with teenage boys, everything they do today is try to conform and be like someone else. And it's funny, like I'm pulling my hair out, quote unquote, that all I'm trying to do in my life right now is be me and be who I am. And it's such an amazing, I think, opportunity. I'll conform with this group, right? Like that still is, innate in us of wanting to be a part of a group. And I think it's such an opportunity to have a group like this that has an attitude, a mindset, that those smiles, letting their freak flag fly, a little or a lot. And it's just such an amazing opportunity. And you start looking at it, you say, wow, if there's not a way for, if I can't figure out how to get in the right place with this group, maybe I have some issues or problems. And so I just love that opportunity, and that this group can be such a resource to help. That's the cool thing about how this company is structured. And again, the non-negotiables, being on this call every Monday, being at conference, those are all things, if you don't do it, the likelihood of getting in that mindset or having success or qualifying your business, the odds get a lot lower. So hopefully there's a lot of dancers in this group, Steph. I know there are.
Hey, you guys. I have like a really quick thing that I do in the mornings. It's like, I call it 15-minute morning manifestation. I literally write in a notebook 3 things. Today I want to feel, and then I write 3 different feelings that I want to feel. Then I write 3 different things I want to accomplish. And then I write 3 different things that I'm grateful for. And then as soon as I do that, that takes about 5 minutes. Then I read for 5 minutes. So anything uplifting, biography, self-help, whatever, 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes of movement. I either do a yoga flow or like a 5-minute hit where I do jumping jacks and a couple burpees and some push-ups and some planks, and then my day's ready to go. I do that every morning. And I found that I do so much more during the day when I write that stuff down. So just something that, you guys can try out too.
That's awesome. Sarah, that reminded me, I feel like there's kind of like 3 aspects to having this positive mindset. It's who do you surround yourself with? So who do you wake up next to, or whatever it is, who you gonna go to lunch with that day? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you gonna be on a call with? That kind of thing. And what are you gonna feed your brain?
Yeah.
And how are you going to move your body? How are you going to change your state? How are you going to move your energy? So, I think those 3 things, and, maybe some of it's prayer, meditation, that kind of stuff. But if you take those things, that's really, it doesn't have to be a long time. I love that your deal's 15 minutes and you're like up and at 'em, but it's totally different when you do it than when you don't, isn't it?
When you don't. Yes. Oh yeah. My day's completely different when I don't do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited that we actually took up the whole time to talk about this subject, because I think we're going to have to squeeze in qualifying your business on another day, because we have used up all of our time on this mindset thing. But it's so important. And what I'm going to do is share a video with you on qualifying your business and how important that is. And maybe we can squeeze it into next week's or the following week or another time where we have a few bits. Maybe I'll do just a video that we can share about that, because I really do think if you don't have your mindset right and you go out into the world and you try talking to people about Juice Plus, joining our company, joining our business, adding the products, if you're not entering the world in a state where you are magnetic, and you don't have that, I guess, that peace with you that what we have is a gift, then the likelihood of you being successful with that is, less and less. So you got to get your mind right before you can do anything else. So I think we'll kind of pass on that for this evening, because I don't want to keep you all. It's summer, people. Let's have some fun. Let's go surround ourselves with people. Let's take the time. I love what Garrett said in this, people aren't going to raise their hand. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. and we're there to help them. But sometimes it's getting into that conversation, making that time to sit on a picnic, have a picnic at the park with somebody and sit and say, how are you? What are you doing? Connect, go to lunch, get coffee, go for a walk around the neighborhood, that kind of thing, and see who you can connect with this week in a state that allows you to be a gift in their life. So, I think with that, I'll leave you for this evening. I hope you'll join us again next week. Ellen, do you remember what we have going on next week?
Yeah, next week, you guys, we have a guest speaker. She's one of my favorite, fun, fabulous national marketing directors. Her name's Jeanette Vitruba. She's in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and I don't know her topic yet, but I will get a message from her soon and get a flyer out to you guys. But she'll be a really fun guest speaker. You're going to want to get all your people on because you know what, those people cast vision, and you never know kind of who's going to resonate, somebody might feel like they hear her and go, oh my gosh, she's like me. So awesome call tonight, you guys. Absolutely the most foundational thing of everything. I love it. So good.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining. Have an amazing evening, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Mo. Thanks, Garrett.
Good night.
Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.
Happy packing.